Namaste. And welcome to the Life Enrichment Center Sunday service on this beautiful first Sunday in March. And we're happy that you are here with us in person because it's way more fun, isn't it? But I know you'll have fun when you see this video. And who knows why these things happen. I know on the way in, I usually listen to Spa. And I couldn't get Spa. I have a little thing that moves and then Spa comes on, otherwise it's watercolors. But I kept getting only 2 stations, which I've never ever programmed into my car. And one was a Spanish music speaking channel, and the other was a talk show. And I couldn't get off either one of them. So I'm going to say there's a solar flare happening that is causing all of this to happen. And we love the sun, so we'll just let it flare. All right, well, let's begin this service with an opening centering prayer, which is always helpful, and just allows us to come to the present moment with no expectation of anything but good. We'll just let the rest go. So I'd like to invite our High Watch prayer team to please stand. And if we'd all just close our eyes and know there's so much more to who we are and what life is than the physical. That we are bigger and life is so much bigger and so much more powerful than what we allow to be in this physical world. But it is in the moment of prayer that we turn within and we know that life is good, that life is powerfully good. And we just immerse ourselves in that truth. And we know that this power and presence is one of health and well-being. That it flows easily in and through us and our physical body, in and through every living being. That every cell, the trillions of cells that has come together to create this body that we call ourself is open right now to that healing presence. And we just allow ourselves to be aware of that, and as we do, our cells are free to experience the health and well-being that is. And so we just do that now. We open to the greater. We open to the presence. We open to the all good. And we feel it within our physical body. We feel it within our emotions. And we know that what is true for us is true for every living being everywhere. And so we know that in this moment there is an openness to receiving the presence of health and wholeness. No matter what might be going on, no matter what the call for health may be, it is being answered with a yes. A yes from that love that knows exactly what to do. And we know that's true. And we know that as we immerse ourselves in this holy presence, there is peace. a peace that is beyond anything that has happened in this world, that it always is, and it is always present, and it's always there for us. And so we know that peace is now. We feel it. We breathe it in. We let it flow through us. We let it center us. And because we know what peace can do for us, we know that this peace does this for every living being. And so right now, no matter who, no matter what has transpired, right now, in this holy moment, peace flows through every living being. It guides every living being. It fills every living being with a sense of oneness and unity with all that lives. We know that peace unites our country, unites our country with every country, with a sense of goodness and equality, and we just know this is true. And we claim that peace right now for all the earth, for every living being on this earth. And we know that it can be because we know that it is now. And we are so grateful to know that whatever our prayer may be, that it is being answered in this holy moment by the only one that can answer prayer. And we open to receive that answer now in every way. And we allow it to be so, and so it is. Amen. Thank you, High Watch Prayer Team. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Well, this is a new month, and we have a new opening affirmative statement. So I'll say it, and I'll ask you to repeat after me, and you'll be sure to give a slip to Laura. It goes like this. I am one with the pure, positive energy of the universe of love. You can do that. Go ahead. Apparently not. So let's divide that up. I am one with I forgot to do that, didn't I? I am one with a pure, positive energy.
I am one with the pure, positive energy
of the universe of love. I know that love is the energy of creation.
I know that love is the energy of creation.
And creates for me. All that I allow my life to be.
All that I allow my life to be.
All right. We'll get that one. We have 5 Sundays in this month. By the end of it, we'll have it memorized. And in the meantime, we have wonderful announcements from Reverend Kim.
Good morning. So today's talk, The View Beyond Vague, will be available after service for $3 and as a podcast on the LEC website. And as always, everyone attending, please plan to stay after service to connect and giggle together a little bit more over water, tea, coffee, and fellowship. And remember, next week is the time change. We are springing ahead, so be sure to change your clocks that don't change themselves automatically, or you will find yourself here for Sunday service an hour early. And Reverend Stephanie encouraged me to share that I am part of the Flint Symphony Orchestra Chorus and will be performing a Bach cantata and Mozart's Coronation Mass next Saturday at 7:30 at St. Christopher's Episcopal Church in Grand Blanc. And tickets are $10, and you can get them at the door of the concert. And if you're interested or want more info, you can see me after service. And also next weekend, Linda has coordinated a movie get-together for next Sunday, March 9th. And the movie is Rule Breakers, playing at Trillium Theater at 1 o'clock. And I was going to say you can connect with Linda after, but you can probably connect maybe with Janice after, who also has the information. It sounds like a really good movie. I know it's based on a true story, so Janice can share more. And if you would like spiritual support, please fill out the prayer request form that's in your seat, and you can turn it into the prayer box that's after the last row. And if you're not here in person or watching this as a videotape later, you can email your request to Reverend Stephanie at rev.stephanie@comcast.net. And Reverend Stephanie is also available for one-on-one spiritual counseling and personal prayer via phone or Zoom. So be sure to contact her for that gift as well. And now, one of our favorite songs is the new song for March, Yes, 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 by Eddie Watkins Jr.
Oh, yeah. If it could be that we agree to live in harmony and set aside all that divides for the sake of humanity, would you say yes? Yes, yes, yes. If it could be that we agree to meet on common ground, plant a tree and spread the fruit of love all around, would you say yes? Yes, yes, yes. Come on, everybody, sing with me. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. If you believe in you and me, sing yes, yes, yes. If you believe like I believe, we can make a better world. Listen to each other till every voice is heard. Singing yes, 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 yes. What would you say if we found a way to end all poverty? So forward, live with dignity from sea to shining. Oh, would you say yes? Come on, everybody, sing with me. Yes, yes, yes. Woo, yes, yes, yes. If you believe in you and me, sing yes, yes, yes. Ooh, come on, everybody, sing with me. Yes, yes, yes. Woo, yes, 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 yes. If you believe in you and me, sing yes, yes, yes.
Well, this morning is a wonderful demonstration that it isn't how life goes in this world, it's how we go. It's how we choose to go, it's how we choose to flow, and we be flowing in love, and it's all good. And it's already March. And as they say, time marches on. And it certainly does seem that way. I mean, time flies by and time gets away from us. But actually, time doesn't move. It doesn't go anywhere in this physical realm. Time, along with space, is the nature of this physical realm. It is we who march on. It is we who march through it. So the question this morning is, how are we doing with our marching? What are we saying yes to while we're here in time and space? If we're not clear about that, it would be a good idea for us to get clear. Because if we don't get clear, it's important for us to know that whatever we're saying yes to, we're inviting into our experience. So we want to know. We want to know what we're agreeing with. We want to know what we're saying yes to. I mean, we're already into the third month of a new year that began with our affirmation that we are ready to thrive in 2025. So how are we doing with our thriving? Are we flourishing and growing and expanding in all the ways that we expected to so far? Or are we not sure about what we've been inviting into our experience and what we've been creating with our thinking? In the Way of Transformation, we read, when I walk with this body upon the earth, and I feel the mist of the fog upon my skin, I will say within myself, ah, yes, it is very good. For I am the one with the power to create this body and to create the mist of the fog itself. If we're feeling a bit foggy about what we're creating, it's important for us to realize that it is we who are creating the fog. We've created it, and only we can clear it up. We're here to allow more and more of the pure, positive energy of life, that unseen power, to create within us, because it has created us, an awareness of itself so that it can create through us and become visible to us. So are we feeling that we're one with the power of a universe of love that loves us, that would do anything for us and will create for us anything we say yes to, anything that we allow to be? Are we clear about what we want to be, what we want to create as our life while we're here for a while? And are we having a good time while we're doing it? That's an important part of creation, is enjoying it. We're not here to effort or struggle. We're not here to fight against or strive to get. We're here to feel joyously alive and to abundantly thrive in every way, in the way that enriches us individually. But sometimes it may be hard for us to remember that life is supposed to be fun. Science of Mind tells us the life within you is perfect and complete and has no cares nor burdens. It's free from restrictions. It's unlimited. It is your free will, and therefore you cannot be bound. The life within us, our inner being, is our free spirit. It is always saying yes to our every request and has no problem knowing that we can have whatever we want. No request is too extreme or too small or unimportant. We ask for it and we get it within us. Our inner being is all over it and happy about it, but it's up to us to allow it into our life experiences without restricting it with thoughts about why it's not possible for us. Now, we all know that there are some things in this world that seem difficult for some people and easy for others. We know that. So, I want you to keep this in mind, because it's with this awareness that I want to share a little secret with you. I love a clean car. I love driving around in my clean car. It's one of my favorite things to do. That said, I don't get my car cleaned as often as I'd like to, for one reason only. I have had a challenge lining up my tire in the track at the beginning of the car wash that would easily move my car through the car wash if I'd allow it to be easy. But since I have only had a vague idea of where my tire was in relationship to the side of my car and my steering wheel, when I approached the car wash track, that easy move has been a major challenge for me. I know you all are keeping in mind that some things are difficult for some people and some things are easy for some people. And even though all the guys that work at the car wash have always been as helpful as they could be with their hand gestures, nice hand gestures, you know, those hand gestures. The uneasy anticipation of bouncing all over that track again and again has caused me to avoid getting my car washed. But these past few months, with the white winter snow melting into dirty slush that has melted into dirty water that all of us splash on each other's car as we pass by. My white car has been looking like a brown car. And I knew it was time for me to get my car washed. And I knew that it was time for me to finally come to peace with the process. Now, it isn't helpful when we ask ourselves, well, why didn't you think of that sooner? Because we can only think of it when we think of it. We can only do now. We can't go back. And I've had people say, I wish I would have known all of this sooner. I would have lived my life differently. Well, we only have now. So, on my way to the car wash, I asked my inner being for the first time about this issue for clarity, to guide me beyond vagueness, to show me the relationship between my tire and my steering wheel. And because I have great faith that when I get around to asking, I always receive, by the time I got to the car wash, I was feeling peaceful and confident. And when it was my turn in line to line up with that track, it was so clear to me. I had no problem. I knew exactly what to do, and I zipped right into the track, just like that. And when I stopped, rolled down my window to pay for the wash, I was so excited. I mean, excited, that I told the guy who was taking the money, I said, I just drove straight into the track, no problem. And though he looked confused as to why I was so happy, he smiled at me anyway. And why am I telling you this? Because it flows right into the talk title this morning, The View Beyond Vague. Norman Vincent Peale wrote in the book, The Power of Positive Thinking, the great secret of getting what you want from life is to know what you want and believe you can have it. That's where our true creative power lies. The more clear we are about what we want, the more we trust that we can have it, the more we attract exactly what we want to us without resistance. Clarity comes when we realize what is really possible for us beyond the fog of vagueness. There's a story that Abraham Hicks tells about a woman who wanted a new relationship because she didn't like and didn't want the one she had. And when Abraham asked her what she wanted in a new relationship, she couldn't come up with any clear thoughts. And after a long pause, she finally said, to be happier. And Abraham said, too vague. And then he asked her to talk about the qualities she expected to attract into a new relationship. And what a relationship that contained those qualities would be like. To talk about that. But again, she only had a vague idea of what it would be like and what she wanted in the first place. So she didn't respond. Then Abraham asked her this. What don't you like about the relationship you're in? And she became a very conversational, very succinct. She talked in detail about all the things she didn't like about that relationship. Vagueness about what we want is like a fog that makes it difficult for us to see what's around us or up ahead of us or possible for us. And so we focus on what we see right in front of us, even if it's something we don't like and we don't want. It's been said that when life gets blurry, adjust your focus. Often, we're better pointers and focus more energy toward what we don't like about our body and our health, about our finances, about other people, about happenings in this world. We're clear about what's wrong. We're clear about what we don't want and what we don't like and what we're against. Because that's where we're focusing. And it's very clear. And because it's very clear, it's easy for us to just talk about it and have conversations about it. What's wrong with our life? What's wrong with the world? And all the while we're focused on what's wrong, we're inadvertently saying yes, yes, yes to the very thing we don't want. And what we say yes to, we attract to us. And so we attract more and more unwanted things that are very much like the thing we don't want. Abraham Hicks tells us clarity is alignment with our inner being. Right there. One with our inner being. Clarity is a clear impulse of where to go. Clarity is trusting the path. Clarity is not standing in a wobbly place. Clarity is that momentum that has no resistance. And when you're in that place of clarity, the feeling of what to do next is right there. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, you're off, but you're
Right, but it's good.
yeah.
All right. I'm going to move on and let my mic do what it wants to do. Now, we may have a vague sense that we're a spiritual being, but unless we're clear about that, unless we're clear about the power that we have and that we're a spiritual being right here, then we'll march through this earth life and create our experiences in it from a wobbly place. That'll bring us as much or even more of what we don't want than what we do want. A vague sense that life is good won't do it. We have to know that life is good, no matter how it appears from time to time. In this way, we see beyond the vague. We have a clearer view of the extraordinary goodness that is there for us. Always there for us, always possible for us. We need to be able to say, every day. Within ourselves with deep conviction and knowing. Ah, yes. It is very good. Because I am that one with the power to allow it to be that way. Namaste. Well, we marched through that one, didn't we? All right, it's all good. Well, this is a time of our service when we get to say thank you. Thank you that there's even technology that allows us to hear when we're here, to videotape when you're not. I mean, there's a lot of good about it all. And these are amazing times, and I'm just going to say I'm grateful for all of that. That you don't have to ride your horses out to the farm to sit in the barn and listen to me. And I am so grateful for all of you here and all of you there that just know that life is good. That continue to believe that and speak that and know that no matter what happens in this world. Because there are those who don't know that yet, but that's what we're about. We're about putting it out there. We're about living in ourselves. We're about seeing that in others and knowing that everybody's here for a purpose, and that purpose is divine, and that purpose is holy. And we're grateful to be a part of the cheering team for that to become visible. And for us to continue on in the way that we do, we know we'll continue to live this, but for us to continue to speak it together, join together, and know it together, we require financial support, and thank you for doing that. We love you all for that. And if you don't know how to do it, and you'd like to, because you'd like to see more of this and sometime come and visit, then we would love for you to know how to do that. And so our treasurer, Dr. Jamie Phillips, is happy to tell you how.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You got me on, Jim? Good. Great talk.
Thank you.
It went right in. I was reading A Course of Love this morning, and it was talking about observing and observation without our eyes. And I just love that, with the clarity of that.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So if you would like to donate to the Life Enrichment Center, we have several ways if you're going to be watching this video. You can go to facebook.com/Life Enrichment Center and hit the donate button. You can go to our website where you're going to be able to watch the video also. That is lecflint.com. You can hit the donate button on that site. You can go to PayPal, which our PayPal address is lec2512@paypal.com. And lastly, you can at gmail.com. Just don't watch this. Just observe without your eyes and get it in the ethers. And lastly, you can go to you can send a check to our P.O. Box, Life Enrichment Center, P.O. Box 321-294, Flint, Michigan, 48532. And here in the sanctuary, we're going to be taking an offertory while we listen to the beautiful voice of Marcia Allen singing in this very room. And then Reverend Stephanie will be back for gratitude prayer. gmail.com.